Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got unfortunate news out of Jones County where a tractor trailer crashed with another vehicle and it sent one person to the hospital. Officials say a tractor trailer was heading north on Highway 41 near Kingfield Road before 9 a.m. when a car traveling south went left of center and crashed into the truck head-on. Both vehicles went into a ditch and the tractor trailer caught fire. Officials say the driver of the car was airlifted to ECU Health Medical Center. The truck driver appeared to be doing well at the scene. The highway is shut down at this time and we are working again to get more information. We also want to highlight an arrest that happened after a search was put out earlier this week about a suspect with a gun. Deputy Chief of Police Chris Sutton, East Carolina University, says 28-year-old Shaheen Manning was arrested in the investigation that was put forth Friday night. Warrants say Manning had intentionally pointed a black handgun at another person. Police say it happened at 9:30 p.m. on Friday at the corner of Reed Street and 4th Street in Greenville. That prompted an ECU alert where police said they were looking for a man wearing a black shirt, black pants, black shoes, and blue and white Air Jordans who was seen running east of 4th Street. Just after 12:30 a.m. Saturday, police said they arrested the suspect, who was later identified as Manning. Warrants say Manning had broken into a car where he took a handgun and a debit card. He then pointed the gun at the owner of the vehicle, according to court records. Now, Manning was charged with larceny of a firearm, breaking and entering a motor vehicle, with theft, and assault by pointing a gun. He was booked into the Pitt County Jail without bond. And now we want to turn to the latest as far as the protests go in Minnesota regarding the now 2 fatal shootings involving Border Patrol and Immigration, Customs, and Enforcement agents. NBC's Morgan Chesky has more from Minneapolis.
Yeah, after weeks of a bit of back and forth, we are starting to see early signs of a dramatic shift in tone, as well as potentially federal presence here in Minneapolis itself. Mayor Jacob Frey saying that he had a conversation with President Trump, and after weeks of disagreement, those two men came to the same conclusion. The situation on the ground here in Minneapolis cannot continue as is, and that's why today we're anticipating some somewhat stunning changes here. First off, the departure of Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino, who's become a highly polarizing figure, particularly since the death of Alex Preddy. His departure is signaling the arrival of border czar Tom Homan. The president saying that Homan will be reporting to him directly as he takes over all of ICE operations here in the city of Minneapolis. Not only that, but a federal official tells NBC News that an unknown number of federal agents should be departing Minneapolis as early as today, although we don't know the exact number or when that will be taking place. In the meantime, as a memorial for Alex Preddy only grows, the investigation into his death deepens. A judge's order is remaining in place prohibiting the Trump administration from altering or destroying any evidence that could later be used and looked at by state investigators who allege that they were blocked off from the very crime scene when Preddy's life was taken. Morgan Chesky, NBC News, Minneapolis.
Well, thank you, Morgan, for that report. We now want to turn to your weather forecast. Everything is looking messy this coming weekend, and right now it's looking snowy this coming weekend. There is certainly still time for things to change, things to adjust, but want to give you the latest. We'll kind of breeze through, of course, what we're going to be experiencing over the next few days. Just bullet points: sunny, cold, and clear, dry. Not going to be seeing a whole lot of change from that forecast as we head through today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, even extending into Friday. Right now, 28 degrees in Morehead City. This is a view through the Our Moorhead City Cam over the Sanitary Restaurant. West-northwesterly breeze blowing in at about 8 miles an hour currently. We will see wind shift later on today, coming in a little bit more out of the southwest. Already seeing that right now in Washington. And that's going to help air temperatures from getting too cold overnight tonight. It's still going to be cold. We're still looking at air temperatures early tomorrow morning down in the low 20s. Right now, we're in the upper 20s in Washington, but earlier today, we were waking up to air temperatures in the teens. So if you're hoping again for a little bit more warmth, we have exactly that. A little bit more warmth, not a lot. And you may not even notice the change. But right now, all of eastern North Carolina, save for Stumpy Point, is still below freezing, still below 30 degrees. It's not close to freezing quite just yet. Right now, most of us in the upper 20s. It is frigid out there, and when compared to where we were 24 hours ago, everyone right now is looking about a 5 to 15 degree drop from yesterday's temperatures at this point to what we're seeing right now. Do want to say good morning to Darnett Gardner. Thank you so much for joining me over on Facebook. If you guys, again, have questions about the forecast, that's why I'm here, to help you guys understand exactly what we've got coming up. Give you a heads up. That way you can better plan your day, your week, and potentially even your weekend. Winds right now blowing in at about 6 to 12 miles an hour as we make our way through the afternoon. Certainly not going to be a warm day. Highs getting into the mid to upper 30s this afternoon. Plenty of sunshine to go around, but again, it is going to stay cold. We will be above freezing, but we're not going to, again, be breaking out the t-shirts and shorts anytime soon. Do want to say hello to Billy George. Emerald Isle, cold. Yes, it is still Emerald Isle. You still have a beautiful view of the ocean. I always love Emerald Isle. 24 degrees coming up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., 29 by 9. Finally getting to freezing at 10 a.m., 32 degrees. And then from there, we're going to warm up into potentially the low 40s. Some areas may stay stuck in the upper 30s tomorrow afternoon, but we at least have an opportunity to get to 40 degrees. To put it into perspective, normal this time of year is mid to upper 50s. Mid to upper 50s. We are going to stay well shy of those numbers here over the next several days. Giving you kind of a zoomed in look of exactly what we've got coming up as we head through this week. Nada. But let's fast forward this. Let's zoom the picture out a little bit more, and you can see again what we've got on the way. Here is a larger view of what is coming our direction. Area of high pressure, obviously keeping us sunny for today. Maybe a little bit more cloud cover tries to sneak into the area as we head through your Wednesday morning, but those clouds will be departing as well. That cold front you're seeing there only reinforces the cold air. We're probably not going to be seeing any moisture out of that system, but that is going to reinforce the cold air for this upcoming weekend. Now, again, before I show you this next model run, I want you to understand that it is just that. A model run. We can certainly see adjustments. We did last week. We didn't really get a clear picture of what the actual forecast was until we actually hit Wednesday. The previous runs, last Monday and last Tuesday, again, we're showing things that didn't actually end up happening. So I do want to put that caveat out there. But here is a look of exactly what we've got coming up as we make our way into this upcoming weekend. Starting out Thursday evening, there is your rain snow line. Clearly, no moisture around eastern North Carolina until you get off the Outer Banks. And even then, it's really not looking all that impressive. But that rain snow line, even on Thursday, remember, we're going to have another weak cold front roll through Thursday evening to Thursday night. That's going to help push that line a little bit further south. But as you can see, most of eastern North Carolina has that line to the south. Let's fast forward this a little bit further, and that line sinks even lower and lower until we get to Friday when that low pressure system starts to show up. It's that combination of cold air and a low pressure system providing moisture that will give us the potential of snow. So by Friday at noon, that low pressure system starts to approach eastern North Carolina's coastline. I'm not looking at any moisture showing up until we get into Saturday morning. But by Saturday at around 11, that low should be about 25 miles, maybe 50 miles off the coast. Of course, that is where a lot of the forecast questions come. Just how far off the coast is it going to be? But in this, again, model run does show plenty of snow, not just over inland areas, but even the coast, potentially, again, seeing snowfall coming down as we head into Saturday. Of course, the freezing line, hard to see because, of course, we've got the snowfall coming down over it. But look down towards kind of just south of Charleston, Hilton Head Island area. In South Carolina, that's where, again, that rain snow line is going to be. So safe to assume that just about all of eastern North Carolina is going to be on the north side or the cold side of that freezing line. Advancing it a little bit further, that low continues to work its way just off the coast, not moving over eastern North Carolina, which again would keep everything coming down as snow. If that low moves over the east, it will introduce more warm air, like you can see there again. Oh, that low is surrounded by green. Then you're seeing some pink over on the west side of it, and then you keep going, and that's when you really get into that cold air zone where the moisture's flowing in, and that's where you get the snow. So if that low shifts a little bit further westward, we get introduced to more warmth. We lose out on some snow and we gain rain showers. But again, this is a system that will be adjusting as we head through the next few days. But right now it does look like the system will be pulling away from eastern North Carolina by the time we reach Sunday around midday. Now, what this isn't showing you is how windy it is going to be. Wind speeds are going to be very high on both Saturday, more so Saturday night into Sunday, and winds are going to stay breezy throughout the day on Sunday. It's going to be so windy that we may actually end up potentially looking at some coastal flooding due to the strength and consistency of the winds we see on Sunday, potentially even extending into Monday. Those of you really Ocracoke, you guys, again, could be exposed to some sound-side flooding over this coming weekend. I want to first alert you to that right now. Saturday and Sunday, again, both looking like days where we're going to be seeing certainly precipitation come down. But right now, that precipitation is looking like snow. Not a guarantee. But right now, again, if things were to play out exactly as models anticipate, we will be looking at snow for this upcoming weekend. But again, I don't think we'll get a clear picture, a completely clear picture, until we get to Wednesday night, possibly as late as Thursday night. By Thursday night, I think we'll have a really good read on that system because that low pressure system will actually exist by that point, and we'll have a good read on exactly where the jet stream is going to line up, where some of the upper level high pressure systems are going to be to help kind of push and guide that low as it potentially moves by eastern North Carolina's coastline. So that's, again, a look at what we've got over the next 8 days. Before I leave you, though, of course, some of you may be snow fans, and the news I just gave you was exactly what you wanted to hear. Maybe you're warm weather fans, and you're kind of bummed, again, that we're going to be losing another weekend to some rough weather conditions. Well, for you guys, I've got some happy news, and we want to highlight our Cutest Pet of the Month award. You can never be sad when you're looking at cute pictures of dogs. Now, this is a picture of Bailey, who is an English bulldog, and as you can see, a little bit spoiled. She pouts if she doesn't get her way at night, and she has to have her baby, a stuffed toy, to love on in order to fall asleep. Now, this picture was sent in by Christy House of Washington, of course, the proud owner of Bailey May. We want to say congratulations to Christy House and, of course, Bailey May for winning the WITN Cutest Pet Photo Contest. You can submit your photos at WITN.com for a chance to win a $25 gift card. Congratulations to Christy House of Washington. And, of course, Bailey. Bailey's really doing the legwork there, but Christy gets credit for the picture and, of course, the ownership. But that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert forecast. Darnay Gardner again saying, I hope it does snow. I agree. And again, Randy Carlisle Sr. again made a great point. Be sure to check on pets, especially, again, animals outside. Not so much just this upcoming weekend, but over the next several days, because air temperatures are going to be well below freezing for the next, here, get your 8-day forecast back up here. We'll show you over the next 7 days. 7, possibly even 8 days. We're going to be well below freezing, hard freeze across all of eastern North Carolina. So again, if you've got pets, animals outside, make sure everything is set for them to be comfortable and warm as we make our way through the next several nights. Now, that's all we have time for today's 11 a.m. news and weather update. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at noon. Until then, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday.